Extra body coming for Tennessee. Nix is rolling away from the pressure and throwing into a very tight window. And Courtland Sutton, their leading receiver, holds on and absorbs the hit. It's a first down to the 26.
We talk about growth from year one to year two. We've seen two roll.
Four-man rush. Nix pumps, throws, got a man. It's Sutton. It's a touchdown.
Well, we talked about attacking when Snead is not in the game. You see Sutton, with the out and up. That little Oscar pump on Baker. Well done by Bo Nix to come back after some rough sequences on offense.
Bryant was in the backfield, first and 10, caught for the touchdown! Marvin Mims, acrobatic move, got it! And he was working on Xavier Howard. Touchdown, Broncos on top.
Well, two pass plays in a row. They went right after Howard, this time taking it over the top to Mims, one-on-one. Excellent throw by Nix, putting it high and away from the corner so he can't make a play on it.
It's second down and 13 for Nix. 4-5 through the air. McGlinchey trying to block. Here comes the rush from Lewis. Downfield, he's got him! Caught! What a grab! Franklin, outstretched, holds it in. Downfield. Up three, plowing his way. Watch that long pass completion again.
So Nix is looking to the right the entire time. And as he scrambles to the left, Kenny Moore freezes, thinking, do I need to come up and get it, knowing that Franklin is there. But Franklin sees it happen and just takes off sprinting down the sidelines. Great nonverbal communication there with your quarterback. Got his hands full here inside the 5.
Second down goal. That's a touchdown. Franklin, why not? He offered that drive. He finishes that drive with a touchdown reception of 3. And the Broncos have tied the game again.
Well, no confusion on that one. Just Franklin makes a little jab step as he's in the bunch formation, and he takes it out to the flat. Watch him line. Nobody went out with it.
Prentice will be the fullback. Nix to the air. Block McGlinchey. End zone. Caught. Touchdown. They've done it again. Troutman. Third touchdown pass for Bo Nix.
Well, first, when they shift out, when Troutman shifts out, nobody comes out. Nobody comes out there. Now watch, as the play happens, he goes.
Bidet is the back, 3rd and 4. Bowles the block. Here goes Nix, has the first down. Down the middle he goes. And he has it on the move down to the 36-yard line of India. Good run of 18. First down, Denver.
Well, we talked in the first half about the mobility of Daniel Jones and him taking off.
Running back is J.K. Dobbins. Time. Throw. Cut it. There he is. Sutton again. That looked almost like a late hit coming in there. Flying was the veteran Jefferson. They give him the first down to the 46. It's a pickup of 19. It's a first down. Good throw by Nix. And they move the chains again.
Sutton with just a dig route from that left to the right and able to get it right in front of the safety. Nobody's touched them to this point. So if you ultimately decide to snap the ball and go for it, which they do.
4th and 2. The fake to Dobbins. They got him downfield. Look at him. They got Sutton. That's 6. Touchdown, Denver. What a play. 52 yards. And the Broncos are back in business. And Sutton, as we were told all week, who could play a major role, has come in with big plays in the first half. Harvey the back. Nix. And it's caught for the first down and more. Stiff arming, 10-yard line. Sutton, flag thrown on the play. Laurie Gilman.
Well, Sutton's going to be working from left to right. A week ago against Indianapolis, he had 1 catch for 6 yards. And they talked about getting him more involved in the game. You see the fake.
5 in the secondary, 3rd down, 13. They need the 30. Good block, Bowles. Nix gets away from the defense. Swerving and takes it upfield. I think he did too. What a run by Nix. Let's see that mark. They needed the 30, and they're right at the 30-yard line. Tui Pelotu almost had him, and Nix just was slippery and got away.
Yeah,
they're short.
The official initially marked it. They like to disguise coverages.
Osai was late getting onto the field. Nix throws. He's got his tight end. That's Troutman. And a big play for Adam Troutman as he takes it down inside the 25 to the 23. Good for 26.
Well, Adam Troutman, he comes from the opposite side of the field, and so he gets lost. The linebackers, they come up, they play the play action.
Nix wants it on the ground. Touchdown, Denver. Nothing there through the air. So on the ground goes Bo Nix to put his Broncos on top.
Another year removed from the Achilles injury. He wants that 100-yard game.
Lisa thanks. He's on his way. Here's a nice throw and a catch by Franklin. Perfect pass from Bo Nix and the teammates from Oregon. Bengals have 2 timeouts. Here's a completion. That's Mims. What a throw and catch.
You got to control Trey Hendrickson down here. And so they put a tight end over to his side, kind of help give a little bit of a chip. And McGlinchey, he does an excellent job keeping him under control. And then here's the route at the top with Mims. Now he's getting help from the safety, Stone, at the top. But you got to drive this ball then in that hole, and he does it perfectly. That's a great throw by Bo Nix.
And it brings the Broncos into field goal range, albeit the outside edge of it. On 3rd down and 2, Nix, end zone, Sutton. He's got it. Touchdown, Denver. What a catch.
The release by Sutton off the ball, he widens it, so he gets away from the safety. Nix is not worried about him beating Dax Hill. He's worried about beating the safety, Jordan Battle, with the football. But because of the release, he gives himself some distance away from Battle, and then you just got to drive it in there, which is what he did. I don't know if he thought he'd get it on 16 carries. I mean, that's a pretty healthy average.
Here's Harvey. All alone, touchdown, Broncos.
He's got to cover the back, and he comes on the blitz, and Harvey, he leaks out, and that's the kind you like to throw as a quarterback.
This is a possible shot play, or is he just going to hand it off? Shot play.
You saw it coming. Here's the pass down the field, and it's caught near the 50 by Franklin. Nix to his old college teammate that 1 year at Oregon, Troy Franklin, and a gain of 20.
This is a great job. Vertical stem gets all the way up. He can run. And Bo Nix actually helped sell the front office and Sean Payton. That's been the story of why they're behind right now.
3rd pre-snap penalty against the Broncos as Nix tucks it under. Nice little sidestep. Some nifty moves, and he's about a foot short of a first.
When you're young, you don't really know, because he's a pocket passer who can use his legs, but I think that's why Vic Fangio said he reminds him of Baker, and I'm like, Bo Nix can use it. And at this heat, you've been wearing down this defense. Are they going to continue running the ball?
And try to go up top on 1st down. Down the field, is caught, plucked out of the air by Ingram. Nice catch. With Ringo on the coverage.
You'll see Ingram, they've been running it so well. It's a perfectly timed route. The motion gets him to leverage where Ringo has to actually make. You set picks, you can always tell the body language. That was different.
3rd and 15. Nix on mark. Cortland Sutton. What a throw that was by Nix.
The timing he threw this at was early, and the ball was on its way well before he turned out of his break. And you'll see right out.
Denver's longest play of the day, 34 yards. Back they go to Ingram. Balanced and dives. Touchdown, Denver. Evan Ingram.
Everything. Does he get in? Yes, he's in for sure. Wow, that is stunning. I was not expecting the Broncos to come back and tie this game with 7:36 still to go in the game when they were down 2 scores.
Going for the lead. Here's the rollout, the throw, it's there. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
Peyton's special. Watch this. One step in and just go right down, flat down the line for a wide receiver on a single side. You're going against the one guy you want to in man-to-man coverage, Ringo. You don't want to go against Mitchell or DeJean. What a throw, what a play call, and what guts.
Yeah, no, what a risk. High risk. You want a signature win, you got to make a signature decision sometimes.
Wow.
And still got a half a quarter to go, but that is stunning. That's 15 points in 5.5 minutes.
You wanted a game, you got one. Here we go, people. This is crazy.
And what trust he has in his second-year signal caller. That would have been a loss of down, too. They're bringing it. Nix throws it. What a catch. Sutton able to get the battle. One over Mitchell. And Denver keeps on moving.
It's a tight split. And then he widens and the ball's up early enough for him to have time to find it behind him. And you see just the size difference. It's perfect defense.
Already suffered the first turnover of the game that led to the first points of the game. Nix on the play fake, throws to his right. He's got Cortland Sutton for the first time in the game. Sauce Gardner on the coverage, moved the chains. Gain of 16. There you go, Kurt.
He's talking to Davis Webb, the quarterback coach for the Broncos, coming in, and he said, best thrower on the run in the National Football League is Bo Nix. Nice job there by Cortland Sutton on the corner route. Come find us.
They're going. Nix to his right. That's grabbed. First down grab by Evan Ingram.
Here on the backside against Sherwood, and a great job by Evan Ingram. Hard move inside. Great separation. Easy first down right there, and he's a guy that they brought over to win in these type situations. They believe that he is a mismatch on any linebacker, and you see exactly why they think that.
Nix over the middle to Ingram. Evan Ingram with another first down grab on this drive. Takes it down to the Jets 16. Gain of 16.
And on cue, they're going to attack down the field. You see Ingram just wrap around the linebacker right here, able to get underneath the safety. Great job flattening it out. Staying what?
They get it off before the end of the first quarter. Nix wide open, touchdown. Nate Atkins. And the Broncos have the lead.
Sean Payton is so good at setting things up. I talked about the short throws, the short throws, the short throws. It's what they do. It's the world they live in. They're going to come out here, and they're going to fake the throw to the receiver right here. Fake block.
4th and 3. High snap. Nix will take it. He's going to get the first. Hits the deck. Down he goes, right in front of Belton. It's a gain of 4th and 3, and they keep the drive alive.
Well, it's a called quarterback run, and it was initially supposed to go up the middle, but watch the defense as it collapses to the inside, and so he takes it around the outside. Bowles with an excellent block on Thibodeau on that left edge.
They know what kind of waters they're swimming in here. 3rd down and 8. Nix, the second-year back. He's being chased on the play by Alexander and throws. Caught! Sutton at the 10. Inside the 5, and Flutt will bring him down.
Well, first you're going to have the guy behind the line of scrimmage that's going to work into the flat. So you're going to see this come underneath. He goes out to the flat, but then it's Sutton coming around on the backside. That's your drag route. Excellent throw on the run, puts it on the numbers. So he's able to get some yards after catch.
Lawrence is right over Wattenberg. He must be feeling that pressure, right? Because we've seen a couple of those today. 1st and 10, going deep and caught. Nice grab made. Sutton Banks is over there covering. A terrific throw, a great catch, 48-yard line of Denver. It's a pickup of 18 through the air.
Well, Phillips gets underneath it. This is an incredible throw to Sutton on the outside. The only spot that you can put it. Banks is trying to get over there.
Dobbins a block to the end zone, deflected, and did Franklin get it on the ricochet? Touchdown, Denver! On the deflected ball. 2-yard touchdown pass.
It's a play knocking it away from Sutton right at the goal line. He's going to 14. The ball's batted up in the air. Great job by Franklin extending and staying alive, staying with the play, able to get it. See the knee down, secures the ball.
Cordell Flott was defending Sutton and had the deflection. And unfortunately, it... Nix for 2. Crab Sutton in front of Belton. And 2 more on the board. 19-8 is the score. So another first down on this drive for Denver. Nix again. Bulls trying to hold him off. Nix will be on the run. He's got the first down. And Okereke will make sure he stays to the boundary, and he's down to the 19 of the Giants. He goes into the red zone, a run at 21 by the second-year Bronco quarterback. 1st and 10, Denver.
We're going to see the Giants here are only going to rush 4, which tells you it's 7 drop into coverage. Then you lose.
2nd down and goal. Fake handoff. Here comes Nix in pursuit. Thibodeau getting a block, and he'll get inside the pylon. That is a touchdown.
So he just keeps it, able to get around the edge, and then with a good block to the outside, just walled off. Ingram was.
Nix with the block by Bidet to the end zone, caught for 2. And grabbed by Franklin. Harvey the back. Nix chased by Thibodeau. Backpedaling, touchdown, Harvey. And the Broncos are back in business. And cash in on the interception of Dart.
Okereke's in man-to-man coverage. He gets walled off on the inside, picked by his own guys, so he can't get out there. He's late getting to the flat. Here he is.
Nix to the air, Bowles with the block. Nix going long and caught by Mims. First down. Belton and Phillips were back there in the secondary. On 3rd and 11, a gain of 32 to the 38 of the New York Giants.
Teams have gone after Phillips all season long. He's given up some yardage.
Running back will be Bidet. Nix will take it himself on 1st and 10. Blocked by Bowles. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos have their first lead today. Come back to take a 30-26 lead over the New York Giants.
So Sutton's going to come down and crack Thibodeau. Bowles gets out in space. He's able to get up, and then he seals it. And Nix is able to get in untouched.
McGlinchey gets a block down low, too. And Bo Nix with a touchdown run, his 2nd of the season. 18 yards. 1st and 10 from their 23. And no timeouts. Nix, long, down the middle, and caught.
And he caught it.
At the 48-yard line and grabbed by Mims. What a catch by Mims and a thicket of defenders. A forest. Wow. It's a 1st and 5. Nix, and caught by Sutton. Got it on the side. Newman was there.
On the Cowboys as Surtana's just come out of the tent. Here's a 3rd and 2. Nix, good throw this time, and running in space down to the 40-yard line is Troy Franklin. That goes for 26.
I want you to watch Bo right here. He's going to be looking left, and this is going to move the inside backers when he comes back right. And that opens a big lane there for Franklin. Great patience in the pocket. Sometimes
In the pocket, in the end zone, and it's caught. Franklin for the touchdown. Taking advantage of that depleted Dallas secondary for the 25-yard touchdown pass.
You're going to see a motion, and they're going to split.
Nix down the field, end zone bound. Oh, what a catch! That's Bryant, the rookie, with his first NFL touchdown. And it's a memorable one if it holds up.
Number 97, defense. Penalties decline. Result of the play. Touchdown.
Pat Bryant, they drafted him in the 3rd round out of Illinois. This is game 2, and they lead starting the 4th as Nix gets hit for the first time in this game. Throws it, Sutton has it. Was he touched? I believe he was. And again, Tony, who did they attack? But the man you identified just a short while ago, Bridges.
And they are picking on him. I said it. I think you saw so much space out here. Oh.
Nix is looking that side, Tony. Throwing it that side, back of the end zone. Franklin has the 2nd touchdown grab of the game.
I want you to watch. Look at all this space.
Harvey sneaking in here. He's got 2 touchdowns today. It's going to Harvey. It's Harvey into the end zone for a touchdown. A banner day for the rookie.
Just a great job of knowing they're in man-to-man, and you bring them all the way across. Line them up on the left.
Play clock at 1. The snap comes to Nix. Backside pressure from Hunter. Floats it down the sideline. Looking for the pay dirt. It's Cortland Sutton. It's a touchdown. 30-yard connection. And the 4th touchdown of the year for Sutton ties it up.
Yeah, I don't know if Derek Stingley thought he had help over the top, but this is going to be just a little...
Nix looking with time, floats it alone on the sideline. Harvey will walk in for a Denver touchdown. He scored 3 last week. He's got his first today, and they'll go for 2 to tie it up.
Well, he's got to maneuver a route that's coming in, right? Here's Henry Hatto.
Nix pumps, looking. Floats it, caught, 2 more on the board, we're tied at 15. Troy Franklin with the grab. And the 4th quarter Broncos. Nix, pressure comes, he runs, there's room to run. Look at the real estate for Bo Nix, and out of bounds at the Houston 36. Giant play for Nix. For 25.
Well, you're going to come out and you're going to go this way, so guess what that means? The defense is all running that way. Look at...
Nix stepping out. Had room to run, but instead throws caught. That's Bryant. And he'll make it a 1st down and goal. Pat Bryant.
The danger of defending an athletic quarterback. You'll see the eyes of the linebackers once he steps up and out. Watch all their eyes zeroed in on him instead of worrying about looking at coverage behind him. You know, they respect, and they probably heard the last 3 days, look out for Bo Nix. If he breaks contain, he steps up away from Max Crosby. You better be ready because he's a threat with his feet. And their eyes were on him instead of...
Harvey now slips to the outside. Nix looks that way, then over the middle, then to the right, throws, caught into the end zone for the touchdown. Troy Franklin.
Really good job by Bo Nix, feeling the pressure, climbing the pocket, and then being patient, not taking off and wanting getting out of there. Speaking of patient, watch this round.
Nick stepping up, throws, moving forward. Caught up at the 39-yard line. He goes to his main man, Cortland Sutton.
That was close. Kind of close. It was close.
Yeah, it would have been a great catch.
Changes the game sometimes.
3rd and 11. Rushing 4. Nix fires a bullet across the way. And there's that 3rd down specialist in Sutton picking up a 1st down.
You want to talk about a big-time throw to a big-time player? Sutton's on the outside, going to widen the stem in a deep dig route, and that was a bullet right into his chest. And
it's 3rd down. Maybe it's Sutton time. He's got only 1 catch so far. He's going down the field, and it's caught over the shoulder by Franklin. What a catch by Franklin with Fulton on the coverage. These two go back to college together at Oregon, talking about Nix and Franklin, and they are really becoming quite a connection.
Wow, what a release right there. And you said it, what a connection. This is a big-time throw, and they don't want to wait too long, though. You got Mahomes on the other side. They did it on the last drive, got in rhythm, get in and out of the huddle, stay aggressive.
Still has it, and he's going to go down the field. He's got his man, Bryant, and Cook is able to wrap him up. Pat Bryant, the rookie, having his finest performance.
Well, this is outstanding right here. Watch Bryant. The safety's going to have his eyes in the backfield. Sorry, right here up top. Bryant up here. And he's going to go ahead and run the deep corner. And that's all Sean Payton setting this up. And I haven't seen it enough recently to where you see the game, see how the defense is playing, and create the shot play where he gets wide open.
We're coming down to the wire here in the Mile High City with 2 minutes, 5 seconds to go. And a 3rd and 15 for the Broncos. Nix had all kinds of time, couldn't find anyone. Now he does. That's Cortland Sutton, Mr. 3rd down, to move the chains. With 1:58 to go, 20-yard pickup on 3rd and 15.
Wow, Bo Nix. He's deciding whether to run. They're inviting the run here, but don't do it.
Here's Nix on 2nd and 8. Going for a big throw, and it's caught by Franklin. And the Broncos are set up now to win the game. With the game on the line. And the Chiefs have called timeout, their last.
Is a big-time throw. Franklin has not caught a pass on Watson. We talked about Watson. I want you to watch. Watson's right here. He's asking, who do I have? Okay, I got him. Well, he's going to go. He stays outside leverage, but the ball is thrown to the inside on a corner route perfectly by Bo Nix where the defender can't see it. What a perfectly thrown ball. Great route by Franklin.
What they saw on that play right there where he makes those reads and makes the play.
First down, play action. Nix looking a little deeper. Stop and come back for the completion to the 20-yard line. And Troy Franklin, second-year man out of Oregon, on the same page on the two Ducks. Another first down.
Franklin has been the guy that when teams want to overload to Cortland Sutton and play on that side, they are not afraid to throw. Could still work the middle of the field.
Two big targets to the left. Nix looking that way, not open, trying to take off. Got it away for the touchdown for Sutton. His knee was almost down, but he kept it alive. Fired to Sutton. Denver has the lead.
If that knee didn't touch the ground, that's one of the tremendous plays we've seen all season long. I told you, he doesn't stop. He steps up. He plays on the move no matter what he's doing. He loves to sprint forward, but most guys pull up. No. Sticks defense lined up right across where the first down marker is.
5 in the pattern. Nix has some time. Going to take a shot. He's got an opening. And it's caught for the first down by Sutton. He's finally touched down there at the 29-yard line. So Cortland Sutton finds the spot in the zone for a big gain of 31.
And Mike, it is the protection that's allowing this defense to get. You see guys that can fix interceptions or fumbles, but not sacks. They don't fix that.
This man takes very few out of the pocket on the run, throwing back inside and complete. He and Pat Bryant have picked up a real good connection over the last 4 weeks or so. Pointing at Frankie Louvu. Four-man rush, he's got time. And in the middle, he's got Evan Ingram inside the 20 to the 10-yard line. Big play from Ingram. 41 yards.
Mike, here's the joker again. This is the play they can't stop. Bobby Wagner is a good athlete, but he can't cover these moves inside by Evan Ingram. They just haven't taken advantage of that enough. Even in a...
Nix, he's going to run it this time at the 5. Nix is in. Touchdown. And what an opening drive for the Broncos. Fourth rushing touchdown of the year for Bo Nix, and Denver jumps out to a 6-0 lead.
Jason, you nailed this one. You mentioned 2 plays ago. Commit, be decisive.
Jim, and that's a big thing for this Denver team.
3rd and 3.
There's the legs, go.
Going to throw it instead, and he's going to make the connection with Bandy in the end zone for the touchdown. Just brought off the practice squad, Mike Bandy with a 20-yard touchdown reception, catch and run. 2nd and 2 inside 4 minutes, first half. Nix wide open is Sutton. Sutton holds on to it with 2 hands down to the 22-yard line. That is a pass play for 42 yards.
This is a double move on Nixon. Out and up. And Nixon buys it. What a route by Sutton. Perfect throw. Great play call by Sean Payton coming right out and attacking.
They've been a dangerous team in the last 2 minutes, and Sutton has caught 4 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes of the first half. Here he is on 2nd and goal. Nix throwing, goal line, and it's a touchdown. Little Jordan Humphrey.
He's not so little now.
He's coming up big.
Big Jordan Humphrey.
Got to think. 2nd and 7. Nix. Oh, he's able to reverse as Parsons was about to bear down on him. Throws on the go, and it's Humphrey again making a play. He's made several today, including a touchdown.
This is well done. I want you to watch. Back over here. And this, he does throw the ball on the run.
2nd and 8. Nix, end zone bound, pulled in. Are the feet down? Yes! Touchdown, Broncos. Sutton hauls it in. All started with the Surtain interception. And for Cortland Sutton, it's the first time he's caught a touchdown this year in anything other than the second quarter.
It's just a perfect route. He wins at the line of scrimmage.
2.5 to go in the third. Looking long again. And he's got Franklin for a first down. And now will operate in Green Bay territory.
This is one-on-one. It's going to be a comeback. You run up the field like you're going to run a go route, and then you cut.
On a 2nd and 15. Nix to the end zone. Franklin has it. Touchdown, Broncos.
This is a play call. You'll see the motion come all the way across. And when he comes here, they're trying to disguise the coverage.
Gary gonna assume more of a role here with Parsons out. Nix, good pass, what a strike. To the 50 to Sutton. First down.
I mean, Bo Nix in the fourth quarter this year has been outstanding. Here we go, Jim.
Here we go. But Day is the running back. Again, goes for the deeper pass, and this time it's caught. Sutton, the 3rd down magician, able to again come up with a huge catch. And this time it was on 4th down. He can kill you on third, but the one on fourth is really one of the biggest plays of the game.
This reminds me.
So from the 39, play action for Nix. He'll step up to the sideline, finding Cortland Sutton, who's able to toe tap as he falls out of bounds, and a first down in Jacksonville territory. Mims the motion man. Fake the give to Mims, and Nix will throw. Floats it open. He's got his man Evan Ingram, and the former Jaguar rumbling down the sidelines and out of bounds. Beautiful play. Ingram wide open and all the way down near the 30-yard line to close our first quarter. A 34-yard pitch and catch from Nix to his tight end Ingram. The Broncos trying to answer that Jaguar touchdown with one of their own. We start the second quarter, and Nix on the keep with a blocker in front. Nix, a little stutter stepping out of bounds at the 20-yard line. He picks up 12 and a first down. On 3rd and 5, Nix looking that direction for the end zone, drops it in to Cortland Sutton. It's a touchdown for Denver.
When you get into a rhythm and the ability to find ways to win tight games, especially against quality opponents, is something very special for a team, and this team is really, really good at it.
On first down, Nix will throw. Mims over the middle at midfield. And Mims into Jacksonville territory at the 42. Nix had time to survey the field, found Mims for 26.
You know, one of the great things about playing zone defense is your eyes are on the quarterback.
On first down off the play fake. Nix sets up, and he's looking deep. Wants Franklin, drops it in. Franklin with a catch. First and goal, Denver at the Jaguar 9.
There's Troy Flanker right here going to the inside, back to the outside. There's still an opportunity for Antonio Johnson. I thought he played it well. You know, a lot of times you see that.
Off the play fake on first down. He'll check it to Harvey up the sideline. Harvey with some room. Harvey gets a block upfield and into Jacksonville territory on one play.
It's one of those things, it's so hard to get some of the younger quarterbacks in the NFL to understand this is great by Bo Nix, because it looks like it's going to be something out to the...
Nix, pressure comes. Steps away, throwing on the run, going up to get it is Sutton in Jaguars territory at the 45 and a first down.
5.5 to go in the half. Blitz. Nix running, picks up the first down and a few more yards. Karlaftis finally makes the tackle with 5.5 to go, first down.
I was just about to say, up to this point, they've been playing all zone in these passing situations because of fear of this. Here they're playing man-to-man. Nobody there to account for Bo Nix. I guarantee Spags, after playing all that zone and not...
It's first down and 20 now. Nix fires and a catch by Sutton along the sideline. Great grab by Cortland Sutton. They needed 20. And on that play, he will pick up 23 on a first down.
The key here is at the line of scrimmage. He's able to get off and work. This safety's going to have to try to come over to try to be able to create a tight window there. He's a little bit late and come.
Nix going to run it, and he's going to run it into the end zone. Touchdown. Went right through Hicks at the end of the run.
That's how you win your football team over. How do you win your team over as a quarterback in his third year as a guy that's really...
This is the 14th play of this drive. Nix is rolling. Nix will throw, and it's caught for the touchdown by R.J. Harvey.
Because Brian Cook chases him. Brian Cook, the safety 6, is with him. See out there to the right, in pretty good position. But watch Harvey's reaction. Boom, just moves just enough. Lets the safety Cook go by him. And a good job by Bo Nix keeping his eyes right where they needed to be to make that throw for the touchdown.
A good pick.
Out of Illinois, definitely hit on that one. They fake the toss. And Nix, he's going to keep it again. He's got the first down. Plenty more as he advances to the Chargers side of the 50.
He is, but this is part of the backups, Jim. You'll see here, someone's got to create contain. And when you start playing extra guys, because you've got a bunch of guys out in the front seven, they're not going to keep the contain on the outside, and that allows Bo to use the underratedness that you said of those.
Yes. Meantime, the Broncos operating in Charger territory. And on play action, wanted to go down the field. He does. He's got his man. It's Ingram. And he is ridden down finally inside the 10-yard line.
It's going to be a play fake, but right here, this is, you got a safety here, and you're going to have a receiver Ingram come all the way across the field. So you take the safety out with one receiver, and you allow Ingram to come all the way across the field. And with a better throw, he could have gotten actually in the end zone. Same time, Carolina's pretty good.
Yes, they are. Don't take them too lightly. It's playoff time. Here's a little screen pass. Going to pick up the first down. Paday is able to take off with a little help out front. A block by Forsythe, and the Denver offense stays on the field.
Well, it's another screen pass. And they don't call an eligible men downfield on this one, even though I thought it was close. But to me, this is how Denver played.
Was so happy to be returning to his original franchise and gotten better as the year's gone on. 2nd and 9, and wide open, and the catch, and it's Mims. And Denver's operating inside the 20 again. Pickup of 27.
This is a seam route. Sean Payton goes to a core play. He runs seams up the middle and stops. I'd send someone right downfield if the safety's there to make the outcut.
On 2nd and 10, he's rolling, planting, going. Here's you go, Tony, to the end zone. They got it! What a call! It's Humphrey hauling it in for the Bronco touchdown.
The field goal position, but you have your opportunity, and guess who they're attacking? Savage on the backside. He overruns it. There's no reason to. Big-time route and throw by Humphrey and Nix. What a play call.
Humphrey. Now it's 3rd and 11, Tony.
And now you got all this stuff. You got to watch all these guys. Who's coming, who's not. Can you get the protection right, Bo?
They bring 4. Guns it down the middle. Look, wide open is Sutton. Coming to life on this drive. Just in time. And with 2.5 to go, the Broncos are operating now on the Buffalo 40. Gain of 23.
Big time. Hasn't played a ton today. Now it's like go out there and save our season.
1st and 10.
They're going after him.
Going for the end zone over the shoulder. Oh, Mims hauls it in. To the wire, you got to think.
We've had a few thrillers in the divisional and AFC title game over the years. I mean, that throw, just dropping it in the bucket, keep the feet in, come to the ground with it. Mims is usually the gadget guy, obviously an exceptional returner, but the pressure under all this right now, this is just such high-level football in many ways.